Hello, it's me, the Avatar Fanatic, and today we will be talking about whether Azula should get a redemption. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to know when I upload more content. Now, it's on to the video. This topic has been debated between Avatar fans left and right, with many stating she does deserve redemption, many stating she doesn't, and also many state that this page in the story should remain untouched. But the expansion in the Avatarverse will bring the new question that will have to be answered. Recently, Avatar has come out stating that they will make a comic that will decide on whether Azula gets a redemption. Now, I welcome the comic, but I'm kind of unhappy with the form of advertising for the comic. Azula simply does not just get a chance at redemption very easily. Zuko had the whole ATLA series to show his redemption. The whole character arc. What made him change, from the pain of losing his mother, to the neglect of his father, to the mentorship of Iroh. He formed new ways of thinking, new morals as the series went on, showed glimpses of hope, then darkness, then beams of light again. And finally, he found his calling. I welcome the comic, but hope it isn't feeling rushed. I assume it won't be because any comic or novel Avatar has released has been pretty good or even great. Now, getting into Azula's life and the things she's done, and if she actually deserves a chance at redemption. Azula across her life had been trained by Ozai to act as a machine to get closer to Ozai's ultimate goals, training her in the Royal Firebending Academy. She was a prodigy, better than Zuko arguably, despite being a couple of years younger than him. Azula had a fire for power in inducing fear, calculated control, manipulation of even her friends to achieve her own goals. But just as she instilled fear in her friends, it seemed like she had a fear of her father, or at the very least did anything he asked. Perhaps because he was the only figure she could possibly look up to for any guidance, because her mother left years prior. This emotional abuse and grooming by Ozai left her mentally scarred, doing actions she couldn't take back. One of Azula's biggest grievances in the series is that her mother loved Zuko more, gave him more affection and attention. Regardless of this, however, she still develops sociopathic and even psychopathic tendencies, and I think this was a combination of her father's grooming of her actions, and if she truly believed that she was devoid of love for her mother, I could surely see how this could have happened. The more accurate conclusion, however, I think, is that because of her dad's overbearing control of her actions and thoughts, she couldn't even spend a lot of time with her mother, as Ozai could have been hounding her to fall under his control, as Ozai is a whole monster and a control freak, just as she grew to be. Another thing that is also possible was to say, even though Ursa loved Azula, she felt she can only save one at the time. Now, this is a pretty horrible predicament to be in. Well, what if she saw tendencies from Azula that she thought she couldn't have saved, and try to save Zuko as a result? Therefore, targeting to save Zuko and letting Azula fall down a deeper mental hole. This is where someone could develop some sort of empathy for Azula, where you could say that Ursa should have shown more love to both of them, and possibly could have prevented horrible actions that both Azula and Zuko to a lesser extent both did. Zuko was also supremely lucky. By circumstance, he had his uncle on his boat. If not for that fact alone, Zuko would have been in a terrible place just like Azula. No one could argue Azula is a person who needs someone like that in her life, but you could also say Azula is too much of a control freak herself to let anyone teach her lessons but her father. That she is too far in her own sociopathy to even accept love from her mother. Her mental breakdown showed some sense of possible redemption, however, but by the time the final Agni Kai against Zuko came around, she fell back into her old ways, almost controlling herself. This is possibly either a manic episode or confusion due to the immense grief, drowning, and not knowing how to get out, going through the motions again. Over the series, you did see some moments like the mental breakdown in the Ember Island episode. If Azula was out in an environment where she's under no pressure from the Fire Lord and not raised by a monster, maybe she'd be okay. Overall, I think Azula doesn't deserve a redemption, but does deserve context. Why she's the way she is. Explaining her actions in almost a diary or in a journal, her grievances. A redemption could also be fine if done very well in this sort of way. Almost a diary documenting her emotions and her feelings, her sadness and grief after all she's done. What I love about Azula is that with this redemption, you still don't know what would happen with her character. She's still so unpredictable despite seeing so much. Make sure to leave a comment down below your thoughts on whether Azula deserves a redemption arc. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe. And it's me, the Avatar Fanatic out.